Jurgen, a game obviously we could have won, but in the end had to settle for a point. A very frustrating afternoon. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was. I think the overall assessment is that the point is deserved for Brighton, so we cannot say, wow, well, they were lucky or whatever, because we needed Ali quite a few times. And was not a good start in the game. They surprised us with the formation, but wasn't surprised. We had no idea what they will do, because new manager, a few days time to train, a good setup before already. So Brighton caused us here always problems. We experienced now plenty of times. So, and they arrive here full of confidence. We are in a moment where we want to gain confidence, and that's what we. That was the plan for today, obviously. But before we could adapt to what they did, we were already 2-0 down. So that's a blow. That's a real blow, and then you're 2-0 down. But then you find a way in the game. We scored a goal. We had our moments. We scored the equalizer. We scored 3-2. But I don't think anybody thought in the stadium, okay, that's done and dusted. They were still there. And we had still a few moments where we kicked the ball high and stuff like this. So you could see the situation costs us kind of confidence as well. It's not that the 3-2 was now, bam, we are back. So that means we have to fight longer, harder, more often, more consistent, and then we get through that. I don't want to remind people on anything, but it's not too long ago that we lost here 6 home games in a row or something like that, and it was obviously not because we were playing brilliantly. So we had to fight a lot in the last years, and we will fight again. That's what I can promise.
Yeah, are there some positives you can take from it? You look at Bobby, maybe, not just his goals, but the way he led the line. He's got 4 in the last 3 here at Anfield. The character as well to come back from those 2 goals down. Yeah.
Okay, that's obviously positive, no doubt about that. But in general, it's fine. We can talk about individual players, but when you win, you don't like it too much, or he scored. And if you lose, I don't like it too much. We have to make sure that we just, as a team, perform on a consistent high level. Then everybody will score goals, sometimes one and the other. So I understand 100%, but there were positives, obviously, but I think overshadowed by a few other things, and that's what I feel in the moment as well, more than other things.
Well, the games are coming thick and fast, of course, over the next few weeks. I mean, sometimes this team seems to thrive in that regular rhythm, if you like. Hopefully that momentum will come in the next few weeks.
Of course, you can imagine that we will not give up. It's of course not. Now Rangers and then to a flying Arsenal. So that's we had different situations the last few years, much nicer situations. It's nice to have them, but you have to be ready for the darker moments as well, and that's where we are in the moment. And how I said, we have to fight through that together, and we will do.
Okay, thanks for talking to us. Joel, it's never easy to come back from an international break. Obviously, it was a tough start to the game, but the second half especially, there was some real character displayed, but just couldn't quite get it over the line. What are your thoughts?
Brighton played really good, started really well, and we didn't came through, and they made our life quite hard. The second half was an improvement, but our expectations are higher than this.
I mean, there were some positives to take, though, in the second half. Like we say, coming back from 2 goals down. Can you kind of take those positives into this busy period that's coming up?
I'm not sure about this. We can be happy about the 1 point because Brighton really played good, but we just have to be better, start better, and show our quality.
A word for Bobby, maybe. He's got 4 in his last 3 here at Anfield. Not just his goals today, but the way he led the line at times as well. He is in fine form at the moment.
He's brilliant connecting player, and now he scores even more, and that's just brilliant to have him in our side. And even in a not good game like today, he had some opportunities and used them.
I suppose the good thing is, I guess, to try and focus on positives again as you play very soon. It's a really busy period coming up. Sometimes this team seems to thrive on that regular game time and rhythm. So how vital is it now that you use this period to gain some momentum?
Of course, there are a lot of games and a lot of points to win. And we have to use the time and get back on track again.
Okay, thanks, Joel.
Thank you.
Not many more difficult than going to Anfield. We know Liverpool haven't started the season that well, but you still have to go there and win, especially when they come back from 2-0 down. Looks like they go 3-2 up. You know, they didn't hide his side. You know, they kept going, keep playing with the discipline, with the philosophy, with what he drills into them. Keep playing the ball on the floor. You know, create the chances, and they created the chances in the end, and they deserved it. You have to say that. But for Liverpool, they've got problems. They've got serious defensive problems. You know, not only Trent Alexander-Arnold. I know we're all getting on that bandwagon, but we're only stating what the obvious is. It's obvious for everyone to see that he's not, at the moment, defending properly or correctly. He needs to improve. And I think he's still young enough to develop and improve. But not only him, you know, the mainstay there, Van Dijk is making huge errors at the moment. It looks like he's a little bit playing at one pace, too cool to sweat. And that was a poor error today for the equalising goal.
Much more from the gentlemen to come. And for Liverpool, remember, next up is Arsenal and Manchester City. And they are currently the top two. Whatever happens this weekend, and indeed in the Manchester derby on Sunday, Arsenal will be Premier League leaders by the end of it, after that North London derby victory earlier on over Spurs, who stay in third. Brighton's point gets them to 14 points. They stay fourth. Chelsea up to fifth with Graham Potter's first win in his first games in charge. But Manchester United could go above both Chelsea and Brighton if they win at the Etihad tomorrow. Newcastle, incidentally, up to seventh. And Liverpool, as I say, down in ninth, 11 points off the lead. Huge games at the bottom. Up and coming, of course, we're going to watch West Ham Wolves next. Can West Ham get a second win of the season? That would take them out of the relegation zone. Palace stay there on 6 points. Southampton beaten again, 3 straight defeats on 7. And of course, it is bottom Leicester against next from bottom Nottingham Forest in the East Midlands derby in the Monday Night Football.
Performance, that one. It was a roller coaster game of all sorts of emotions. How are you feeling with the match ball right now?
Yeah, obviously it's always nice if you can score, and especially 3, and it's at Anfield. It's a shame we couldn't get the 3 points, but obviously we're still happy with the point at Anfield. It's always a tough game, and it's a superb team. To dominate in the way you did in the first half, to then go behind, to then come back again, is a draw fair? Maybe in one way, but I think we could have both scored more. I think maybe draw at the end is quite fair, but it's always, you always want more, of course, especially if you're 2-0 up. And but at the end, I think we should be happy with a point, and I think it's a great performance from us. You're only the 3rd player in Premier League history to come to Anfield as a visitor and score a hat-trick, but you quite like scoring against them as well. It's 5 in 6 now. Is there something about this fixture that you specifically like? I love all fixtures. So obviously it's a big game, and you always want to show yourself in the best possible way. And hopefully I can carry this form on. And but I'm happy with the team. We reacted brilliantly after we went down as well, and it's up to them as well.
Yeah, only 11 players in Premier League history have scored a hat-trick against Liverpool. You have to be a top-class striker to do that. Isn't that right, Berber?
Exactly right.
Leandro Trossard had a day to remember, and he got what a start inside 4 minutes for him, Manu, and for Brighton under De Zerbi.
Yeah, they, as I said, they took the Reds by the neck, and I think the Reds were very sloppy in the first 25 minutes. They make so mistakes, defensively, and they use it. They play brilliantly as well, Brighton, and they deserve their point. And to be frankly, I think they should have deserved more from that, because if you put away Firmino, who has scored 2 goals and saved the afternoon from Liverpool, I think the best player after Firmino was Alisson, the goalkeeper. So it tells you a lot about how difficult it was for the Reds this afternoon.
Yeah, but what is the purpose, you think, that when Brighton leading 2-0 and then they can lead 2 goals back from Liverpool? Why are they not a bit more smart and then finish the game in a way? Yeah,
I think that's why they're Brighton, to be perfectly honest, and Liverpool are Liverpool because they never give up and they show that attitude and they've always got the quality. But Brighton done brilliantly to get himself. Trent has to head that ball. I mean, more and more I watch that, he has to know what's around him. Brings that ball down his chest. He gets robbed. Danny Welbeck runs in behind, picks out there, lovely pass there, and Trossard just finishes it brilliantly. Maybe Alisson has to do better with that one. But they could have been 4-0 down. He's got to head that ball, hasn't he, Manu?
Oh no, yeah. Honestly, I think if Alisson was not in a great day today, they would have lost the game definitely, easily.
And his recovery run. I mean, go back with some urgency, Trent. I mean, he hasn't made the header. He's made a poor mistake and he's recovering. He's just lackadaisical when he gets back into that area. You need to show a little bit more energy.
But still, after that, I mean, my point when I was talking about is Brighton leading 2-0. And now if you're a big team, which unfortunately compared to Liverpool they're not, but still you need to be more clever to keep to that 2-0 difference a lot more and then not allow to be 3-2 in the end. Yeah. Which again speak volume of Liverpool coming back from behind. But at the same time, when you said it's Liverpool, but then why did they concede the equaliser after that?
Yeah, well, the manager's only just gone in there. I mean, he's probably been more fortunate than most because most of his players have been at the training ground over international break. There's, you know, because there's only a handful of internationals there at Brighton. But Liverpool, you have to give them credit for coming back in. Firmino was great today. He's get the opportunity, but you know when you're picking up little sneak positions like that, and Thiago with his ability.
But I agree with you, Tim. I think there is top players at Liverpool. They are not at the right level. They should be actually. And you mentioned Van Dijk, but I mean Salah as well. He's missing, you know, the plot since games now, and. Then in the midfield area as well, you know, the three of them, Henderson and Fabinho and Alcantara, they used to control the game all the time. They used to control the tempo all the time, and we didn't see that today.
That was the goal that Liverpool thought had won it, but those defensive issues reared their head again.
It's just poor, the organisation. I'm looking at the top man. I mean, if I'm in that dressing room, I'm looking for the leader, the man who's changed their fortunes around. And for me, it's Van Dijk, and you watch him here. It just lumbers into the position, and that's a switch off of concentration there. I mean, very, very poor. I mean, he's just get back into the area, get your body shape correct. You know, he just sticks his left leg up there to make the clearance, and it goes underneath. It's a poor error for someone of his quality. And the rest of the dressing room look up to him. He's the leader. Yeah. He's got to lead by example, and he has to show a little bit more urgency and not determination. Of course, he's trying. I never criticise anyone, but you just do the right things. Go back to basics a little bit. You're not going to have with Mo Salah playing the way he is at the moment, you've not got the firepower to outshoot every team you play against. Sometimes you're going to have to defend doggedly, and they're not doing that. It's almost like, for me, I use that phrase, too cool to sweat, and that's what he finds it too easy, Van Dijk, and he's making poor errors because he's switching off. You have to be concentrated all the time, and if you're not playing well, make sure others around you are and organise them.
OK, that was Brighton under their new manager, their old one.